So welcome to RKCS Hangzhou music equipment tutorial. This tutorial will be looking at how to use the sound system properly. First things first, when you come into the room, turn on the sound system by using this button here. Now, once we see the lights are on, we know that the equipment is working. Now, how do we control the volume of the entire thing? First, here, this red dial is known as the master dial. Okay, this is master volume. This controls the volume for every single instrument that is plugged into the equipment. Now, it should, as a general rule, be between 4 to 6. You'll see on this system that there is a little triangle on 6 for all of the dials down here. Now, how to change the volume of an individual instrument. First, you need to track in which channel is the instrument placed. So you plug the instruments in up here. So we have two microphones plugged into here, and the two microphones have different volumes at the moment. So I'll put one very quiet and very loud. And that is one problem you can have when you make things too loud, is you get that. That is what we call feedback. Now, once again, ideally, they should both be around 6. Now, what do these other dials do? First, these green ones, they are known as EQ. Now, as a general rule, you shouldn't touch them. But what they do is they help make the instrument sound good in certain ranges. One you can play with is this blue dial. Now, this blue dial, it says reverb. It is our effects button. So when we speak into the microphone normally, it sounds fairly normal. But if I turn here and press this button on, and I start to speak, we have an echo, and the effect changes depending on what effect you have placed. Final note for this video is feedback suppressor here. Because our rooms are small, this should always be on. When you heard that hum before, that helped stop that hum from making it even worse, because feedback is a very large problem in our practice rooms. I want to talk about troubleshooting for when the sound system is turned on but there's still no sound. First things first, are you actually plugged in? Now, microphones belong in channel 1 and channel 2. You can see we have these 3 pins. That is where you connect the microphones. Channel 3 and channel 4 can take either microphones or instruments. Now, channels 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 are only for instruments. This can also be used for computer equipment. Second problem, is the volume turned up? Is the volume turned up in the channel? That is the first thing you check. Is the master volume turned up? That is the second thing you check. Now, this is a particular problem for instruments and microphones only. Up here, you see it will say mic, which is short for microphone, and line. And you'll see that it looks like a large top hat and a squash top hat. The large top hat is the button pressed out, and the squash top hat is the button pressed in. Now, for microphones, they only work when the button is out. For instruments, they only work when the button is pressed in. So you also need to press this button to make sure that it is out or in, depending on whether you need it as a microphone channel or an instrument channel.